Okay, we're recording.
So I would say go into the teaching and the answer to the teaching, and then we can go into opening and then open it to questions, or go into like a breath work.
Awesome. Sounds good. All right. Well, I'm just so excited to have you all here. Welcome, Bonnie. So today, our teaching, we want to talk about why is maintaining a healthy skin barrier so important. And so the health of our skin we know is important as we go into anti-aging. And the skin is actually our largest organ, and it's a great indicator of overall health. And so how our skin is looking and feeling is a great indicator of just our health overall. So a healthy skin barrier often can be referred to as like your brick and mortar, like a brick wall. And so the cells of our skin are the bricks, and then the mortar would be the lipids in between the cells. And so when our barrier function is impaired or not well, basically what that means is those lipids in between are damaged or not all there, and so we need to make sure it gets healthy to have that healthier skin barrier function. And things that can impair your skin barrier could be hot and cold, like extreme heat and wind, dryness, so living at altitude. I live in Colorado in extremely dry air, so having a healthy skin barrier is really important. And basically what we want to do is have that barrier so then things can't penetrate as well. So if you ever had chapped skin and you dropped lemon juice on it, you kind of feel that singe. But on healthy skin, the lemon juice isn't going to hurt. So that's just another example of how our skin barrier works. And so we just want to keep it healthy, and ways to do that are to stay hydrated, to eat a healthy diet, but also to use really good products. So if you have a tendency to dry skin, or like where I live at high altitude, I'm using a renewing face cream. I think Eric and I talked about last week or the week before, you know, we both are pretty dry, so we're using a moisturizer and a facial oil as well as the serum. So just really keeping that hydrated and replacing those lipids is so important. So trying to think if I had anything else. Signs that your barrier function might be impaired could be flaking, so just dry skin, could be redness, tightness, tingling, sensations that the nerve endings might be inflamed. And so just keeping an eye on that. And also, I forgot to mention sun exposure. And so we also know with the work we're doing with high frequency skincare that our minds and our consciousness and making sure that we bring that into everything we do daily is going to help as well. So any questions? Anything to add, Erica?
No, I think maybe do you want to do a clearing on the impurities and bringing in the rainbow light to nourish our skin cells?
Yeah.
And to create a healthy barrier?
Absolutely. That's awesome. Okay. Everyone just go ahead, put your hands on your heart. Take a deep breath in. Breathe in through your heart. Just connect in this space. We're just going to, from the first particle of existence to this time and place called now, we clear, cancel, and delete the fear around damaging our skin and the things out of our control in our environment we do not have control over bringing harm. We clear, cancel, and delete those things that we cannot control, those fears around what we cannot control. We bring in the rainbow light. We bring in the reality that we are nourishing our skin with our light and our love. And through our light and through our love, as we nourish our bodies and our minds, we nourish our skin, and we reflect clear and radiant beauty and healthy skin. I am radiant. Thank you. I love you. It is done.
I am radiant and I am beautiful.
Yeah.
So for those that actually participated in our skin consultation giveaway, the I am beautiful, we'll go ahead and have Megan announce, just for those that are watching or that are on the call, the winner of today's skin consultation.
Yes, so the winner for this week's skin consultation is Renee.
And so we'll be contacting Renee with a email on how to schedule the skin consultation. And just keep aware, because we're going to have giveaways and maybe like one-on-ones with regards to what may be the best product for you, how to use our product, the way to connect your skin to your consciousness and the cells and reprogram the cells. But we want to open it up to any questions if there are any.
I have one.
Yeah, Deborah?
Yes, I bought the scaler as well. And can you give me, ideas how to use it, how long to hold it on a certain area, whatever?
Are you talking about the scalar pendulum?
No, it's the little pulsing thing.
Oh, yeah, that one. Erica, you want to talk about that one? I think you know that one better than I do.
So I think with regards to how long you should use it, I think you should ease into it because it is going to create and exfoliate the skin and penetrate and pulsate. So I would say, feeling guided to it, I would start with just little taps. And then if you feel intuitively called to leave it on a little longer, and bring in the youth and the vitality when you use it. Are you having a specific area that you'd like to work on, Deborah?
Well, these and this here.
Yeah. Yes. So in here, this is maybe not as sensitive, so you can do it a little bit longer and use your guidance to tell you. Here is going to be a little bit more sensitive. So I would say easing your way into that practice and breathing in. So I'm getting like 5 seconds, 10 seconds, and just easing your usage of it and bringing in the program of being healthy, reflecting radiance, glowing youth to it as you use it.
Okay, I'm using the vitamin C with that. Can I use any of the products with that, or does it have to be just the vitamin C?
You can use anything. You can use
okay.
You can use any product. It's not specific to the one product, like vitamin C, if you will. You can use the serum, you can use the moisturizer. You're just gonna bring all of your cells, you're just going to awaken and activate them with the pulsations and the vibrations, and the scalar energy will actually repair the telomeres and the DNA in that. And so it's most important to have an intention and I am statement that would work best as you do it. And you'll know when you're like, okay, that feels complete.
Okay.
But I would ease your way into it to not overstimulate the skin.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions?
Yeah. Is there somewhere where I can find out more how to use, the affirmations and whatever as I'm using the products?
I would say, I think we might have a video, Erica, but when you're using it, really just tune into your intuition. So I know you're in the DQ class, so if you have an affirmation and it's resonating with you, as you're applying it, just really kind of take a minute or a couple seconds and just kind of center yourself before you even start your skincare. That's kind of what I do. Just kind of take a deep breath, center into this moment, set your intention, and then, you can say it aloud, you can say it to yourself, but as you're applying your skincare, you're saying your I am statement and setting that intention. And you can close your eyes, you can connect with your eyes, but kind of feel into your intuition. And as you almost kind of know when, as Erica was saying, even using a device, kind of when it's complete. So just kind of resonating in that frequency as you're doing your skincare routine. Do you have anything to add, Erica?
So Doriana, what area in particular? Because I actually want your skin to tell you what your I am statement is. So for instance, with Deborah, because she wants to work on this area, Deborah, what I would invite you to do before using your scalar device is to actually place your fingers right there, or even right here, See the thought that comes to you, and then the affirmation that'll come in for that. And then that would be your affirmation for that particular area. And so Doriana, if there's a specific place on somewhere on your body that you want to work on, I invite you to feel into it, to touch it, to connect to it, and have it speak to you, and have the thought that comes through that you want to clear, and then the I am that would come in that would best serve it in that moment. Does that make sense?
Okay, yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot easier to have your cells talk to you to see what comes up when you connect to it versus you just picking an I am statement in that moment. And it could be whatever you're working on with an individual with a clearing. However, when it's a specific area on your face that you want to work on or on your body, connect to it and see what it has to say. See what's coming up in you. And when you clear it, see what comes in. And it doesn't have to take very long. But it's actually like creating a conversation with you and your skin cells so that you have that open communication. And that's something that we aren't used to doing. That's not something that we've been programmed to do. So it's important to actually have it start speaking to us and see what emotion or belief comes in with it. And then as we clear it, you know, be like, yeah, that doesn't work for me. So like bring in something that does. Yeah. I mean, it's a lot. Yeah. I would say that that's going to be more customizable to you than looking at a sheet of IMs, if that makes sense, or looking at an affirmation list.
Well, just the, like the steps that you just went through.
Oh, sure. Okay. Yeah. I have found personally that when I actually touch an area, it'll bring an emotion or it'll bring us like a thought. And so then I'm like, okay, that's what it's saying. And so what I want to do is clear that, like that doesn't resonate with me, that doesn't serve me. So I'm bringing in the I am that does. And it happens very organically. So, and I do that twice a day. I do that in the morning and I do that at night. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And Bonnie, did you have any questions?
Yeah. So my husband's got quite a bad rash on his back. So what could I use? Because nothing really seems to take it away.
And this is your husband, not you?
Yeah, it's not me.
If you went in energetically speaking, higher self, or even if he'll let you touch or like go near it to see the energy that's coming in from it.
Yeah, I mean, I can touch, I put oil, like coconut oil on it and stuff to try and soothe it.
Yes, I would actually connect to the belief or the thought or the emotion that he has when you bring the energy to it. Like, because it's because it's him, you're holding the space for him to try to heal, for him to heal him versus you trying to heal him. So it's bringing the awareness of what comes forth when you touch it, the energy that's coming forth from him. And then from there, you can clear it from higher self to higher self and then bring in the I am statement for him to step into for the identity of the cells to it to take on a different level of consciousness. Like that's how you can be active. So like that's a DQ process that you can do with him, for him, higher self to higher self, by involving him and having him be part of his healing process.
Okay.
Just because, I mean, I understand if you're using an ointment, if you're using a cream, but it's a little bit more, we're taking it to the level of that consciousness of his skin that's reacting. And so that's what we want to address in this. And then do you have any of our Eternal Gold skincare products?
I do. I've got, like a plastic thing. I don't know what you're supposed to do with that.
Is it the tool or is it the?
Yeah, it's like an applicator, I think.
Yeah. Same thing, probably what Deborah has is like the scalar frequencies.
Yeah.
Repair the DNA. You can use that. That is going to heal and repair the telomeres in the skin. with the coconut oil, but I'm even like a toning mist, like an aura mist spritz to put on there while you're doing the healing would be beneficial as well.
I did put something on, but he said it was burning, so I
Oh yeah,
haven't put any on since.
sure. Some aura mist or
Yeah, I think it was almost, but I thought it would work, but he just said it was like agony.
oh yeah, okay. So then start with the oil that you have. Try it with the tool, and
Yeah.
then have him see what comes forth when you do it. Moving past just the physicality of it, whatever energy comes through to that, and then give it a new identity. Give it a healing identity for it to step into, and then see what happens.
Okay.
I would recommend that. And if you can engage him, he may roll his eyes. So if that's something that he chooses to do, you guys can do higher self to higher self, and you can help him in that process. And you can help him in that process and see what comes forth.
Yeah. I mean, he's happy if I say, oh, I'm going to do healing. He's happy as in, he says, well, if you want to, but he doesn't see it that he has to do it.
Sure. So then I would have that open dialogue with it, because we're just channels of energy helping people, have their own healing process. But if he's open to you doing it, I would actually talk to it. Like you have a conversation and see what comes forth in that process, since you guys are together as one.
Yeah.
And see what happens. Yeah. But if the coconut oil is soothing to him, then I would use that with the scalar tool and see if it just, and you don't necessarily have to press on it. You can just like use it to smooth around it and bring in that energy as you do that.
Okay. Great. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have anything to add, Megan?
No, I think that's right.
Okay. Awesome. So then we can go ahead and close unless there's any last minute questions or concerns. Perfect. So it really is so fun to have like a technique for your skin and then to transition it over into the consciousness of ourselves, because our skin is telling us messages that we need to receive. It's giving us the biofeedback that something may be not in alignment with our truth, with what we're programming, with some of our belief systems. And so it's nice to connect to it on a consciousness level and understand what's beneath that, because we truly have the power to heal from within, and we have to tap into that in order for it to respond, in order for us to give it an identity to heal. So I encourage you all to have a conversation with your skin, look at yourself in the eyes, have a conversation as you do it to get to connect to your body and understand your cells a little bit more, because all they want to do is talk to you. So we're just opening the platform for them to have a conversation, whether it's on you or someone that you love.
So I have a quick question. So in the DQ process, are we always addressing the skin? Go in other places, but you can go anywhere. It doesn't have to
go anywhere with DQ. The starting point and what we like to use the skin for is because it is biofeedback. It's the one thing that we can see, and we can see it where it's being reprogrammed because it'll show us. And the more we take on the next level of frequency or the next level of consciousness, it'll give us that feedback of it, which is why we use the skin. But DQ goes way deeper than just the skin.
So we don't always have to start with the appearance of skin to do any of the other stuff.
Right. You would actually have the intention of what you want to, like what you're actually working on is where you want to start when you do your DQ process.
Okay.
You connect to it to that way. But right now we're just focusing on the skin in this 25-minute lesson.
I get it.
Yeah. So, well, thank you all. I appreciate you all attending. So if we put our hands on our hearts, we're going to take a deep breath in. And we're just going to connect to ourselves. And we're going to be open to the messages that they have to give us, as that's all they are, as messages, as we embrace our power and unlock our healing from within. We are youth, we are radiant, we are vital, and we are healthy. Thank you, I love you, it is done.
Thank you, I love you, it is done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Joining us.
Thanks, everyone.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye
Bye.
now.